in addition to the when you're going to retire, where is a big issue. And you may have taken vacations over the years to different places in the U.S., even overseas, and you're like, wow, this would be the most fantastic place to retire. And then there are those lists that come out all through the year about best places to retire, lowest cost places to retire, lowest taxes for retirees. But the thing is, you've got to really look at this in ways beyond just somebody's list or something that really excited you when you took a vacay somewhere. And what's so important for you to do is think of all the factors, starting with personal, family. If you go move somewhere else and you're 500, 1,000 miles away from your kids or other family members, depending on your family dynamics, that may be a great thing. But for many of us, that's not the greatest thing, because as much as you might think you're going to enjoy life, it could be isolating or lonely. You also have to consider health care. How are you going to handle that? How good is health care going to be? And are you going to be able to establish a network of friends in your new destination? There's a big difference between vacationing somewhere and living somewhere. So my first rule is, when you are considering another place, rent first. Rent. And rent for 6 months, a year, 2 years. And it means I disrupt your life twice, because if you do decide you really want to be there, I've wasted time and caused you to get the moving vans twice, as you go from being where you've been living to a renter to a permanent residence. But if it turns out, hey, why did I think I wanted to live there? You're not all in owning a home that now you got to get rid of. Speaking of owning a home, more and more Americans are looking at living in Central America or other places overseas, because the cost of living is so much lower. So the healthcare thing I mentioned, wow, pay attention to that when you're thinking of living in another country. Make sure if you do decide you're going to live in another country, you absolutely do that rental thing first, and maybe ongoing instead of owning a place. And you got to make sure that you're going to have health coverage. It might involve buying a separate policy that will cover you when you're living somewhere outside the United States. It's great to consider living somewhere else, and maybe it's always been what your heart has desired, but make sure that your head and your heart end up in the same place, and you do that with time in another destination, with a test drive of an area, rather than just saying, I'm in. You'll be much happier if you do it that way.